different video for me. But it's the kind of video I enjoy watching myself. Sometimes called a haul. This is a Dollar Tree haul. And I thought it was so impressive. For 31 bucks I got so much cool stuff. And Canadian too. You know, a dollar store in Canada, everything's $1.25. So, I was real excited. It's one of those shopping things where you're all kind of fired up. Because the total is always way less than you think. Now, one thing I don't like are these. But stores have switched back to, you know, not letting you bring your own bags. So, hope that ends soon. I'll do this one first. I really needed an organizer for my office, and this was, you know, $1.25. We'll see if it's the right size, but I needed one badly. These are being done randomly. Hummingbird feeder. This is the type we have already in the yard, but it was damaged. One of the flowers had broken off. I'm going to move over a little bit. One of the flowers had broken off, and it just wasn't attracting them anymore. So since they were only $1.25, I got 2 of them. They look good. They're a great design because they screw on, and then both the top and this part screw on and off. And you can use a funnel. You turn it that way, use a funnel, and just fill it with some sugar water. And this is something. I wonder if I can get that off. I hate labels. No, I can't get it all off. This is a beautiful glass thing. Little globe or a cup or something or other. Iridescent glass. I don't know if it's showing up or not. It's got a gold rim inside. And what I want to do is set a troll on it. I'd bring a troll in, but I don't want to right now. It's a troll base probably, or put one over. You know how I like to trap them. I always need double-sided tape. For many, many projects. Normally it's like $9, so that's pretty good to have that. Like 2 of them. Yeah, the thing is focusing over here, I guess. I don't know, it looked like it was. Yeah, anyway, double-sided tape. Pearls! Now, how can a girl get pearls for this cheap? Maybe diamonds are a girl's best friend, but pearls are her best whatever. Next best friend. Her good friend. And these are all synthetic, but my trolls, I'm going to get a troll. Just hang on. I'm coming. I can't see it. I'm going to see if that really shows. Because I don't know if I'm on target or not. Oh yeah, she does. It's almost like it's got to be down a bit more like that. Some of this stuff, you can probably see she's got pearls on, and that's cute. I didn't have any more small pearls, so you can make 3 or 4 strands. Cool. Werther's Original. Werther's caramels. And you know, it adds up to, I've got 6, but it's still less than buying it in the store in a big bag. What a candy! Oh, man. So here's the second bag. I'm going to pan over to this in a minute. I'm going to make I'll make a little display for it to show everything that I got. There's so much that I got. And bag 2. Well, I always want yarn, don't I? I always want yarn. I'll put it around different in case it doesn't show. 2 colors I wanted. This is cheap yarn, but the colors are really nice. They're very rich. It's a nice thickness. It's like kind of like a sport yarn. I don't like spending a lot anymore. Michael's is not much good for yarn. I order it now online. And there's Yarn Canada. If anybody wants good yarn in Canada, it's got everything in yarn. $6 shipping tops. So that's where I get it. Or the dollar store. I want to try to make some kind of a pyramid. Maybe on both sides. More Werther's. More candy. Yay! But there's more in. Wait, there's more. Not a lot more though. I got so much candy, it's not really good for me. Tons of it. Okay, here it is. Another glass that I can stand a troll on. I'm going to have to help her stand on it here. Or, as you well know, I like to put glass down on top of trolls too, so they're trapped. And this too. So I'm going to pan across my haul, which is a pretty good haul. There's my haul. Pretty good. And I'm going to try to do a little, I don't know what, commentary, if it comes out. We're at a different part of the pandemic now. Things are beginning to open slowly, and we're going to go to a restaurant tomorrow, which is great. We're going to go to Swiss Chalet. That's the last place we went before BP, before pandemic, but we knew things were starting to turn. So we called it our last supper, and we had the dessert we got from Save on Foods was a carrot cake to die for. It had cream cheese frosting and pineapple in it. So we're going to go back, and I got a good haul, but there's more going on than that, a lot more. I have to have surgery on Wednesday. It's not major, but I have to have it. I will be so relieved when I get my surgery because it was postponed. It was supposed to be in April, so 2-month postponement. Not a bad one, but I gotta get it done. And hopefully, wait a minute. I'm gonna bring these 2 dolls over. My first dolls of all were these guys. They're called Groovy Girls. They're cute. Before I collected any dolls, I made yarn dolls too. That's one whole industry. These girls are cute. They're over on my bookshelf. One bad thing about the pandemic, of course, was personal grooming and not being able to get a haircut. My hair got so bad. It was terrible. It stuck out all over. I felt miserable. So one day I took a razor comb, and I'll show you the razor comb. Wait a minute. This cost $2. It's just a cheap comb, but it has a double-sided razor edge. I've ordered some more. I only could find them on Amazon, but they were cheap. So I carefully combed through, took the sticky out ends off, but then I began to thin the whole do and shape it. And I'm actually happy. This is the second time I've trimmed it. If you can see on top, I've colored it. Oh my God, why didn't I bring them? I hate having to do this. Here, look at these girls for a while. I forgot it. Yikes. This may look like a mascara wand, but it's called hair mascara. Now I wanted to color it because the color was almost gone. $80 to get colored. But I didn't want to commit myself to nice and easy. And I looked in the box. There were 3 squeeze bottles and a pair of plastic gloves. And it said permanent color. And I went, with my luck, it would look hideous. The only one that was temporary was this. And it said it only lasts a day. And you brush it on like mascara. Literally. I put a little water on it because it wasn't working that well. It's a mascara wand. But you gently stroke your hair. You hold out an end and then just show you where the hell is it. I can just do it by feel. That's just, you can figure it out. I did a lot and the color completely changed. I don't know if you can see it. I thought it came out good. We lost all our investments in the pandemic. We were going to live off our investments for the rest of our lives because we had no pension. So unfortunately, that went down the tubes, and we can't afford to spend that much. We're going to be doing dollar stores for a while, which is fine. We write down everything we spend to the penny. We have been for years. But because of that, going to a salon is maybe a little bit less of a thing now. For me, it's expensive. I like my stylist. But you know, when I get home, it looks great, and then the next day, it doesn't look that great. And as it grows out, I don't know. I'm starting to think I like this at least as well. I'll try to show the back. It's not quite, this isn't a salon, but I want to see what it looks like in the back. And the sides. It's not going to be quite as expertly cut because it's thinned out. But I'm really happy because now I feel like I can look in the mirror and not want to cry. It's been hard for me. I wrote a long blog post the other day. I put it in draft. It was about society's views of mental health. It's supposedly changed, but I wanted to write about the ways in which I felt it hadn't changed. And because it turned out to be quite a long, it was a 22-page rant, I didn't post it. I hesitate to post it because sometimes when I do post it, people on my blog decide they don't want to follow me anymore. What I may do is take out the more pertinent parts. I am angry and bitter about certain things, not everything. I'm happy in many things in my life. I'm grateful. But I'm angry about certain things. And I saw a case of a man who had a very public meltdown. But it was public and it's still there. If he didn't want people to read it, he would have taken it down. What I didn't like is how his friends egged him on. He was obviously in mania, full-blown mania, not making a lot of sense. The police had to take him to the hospital, so I don't know what he was doing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a good place to be. If you're feeling out of control, the hospital's a safe place to be. They didn't keep him, though. They let him go home the next day. And when you read his posts, he was not ready to come home. And the next day he did a public event where he did a reading or something. This was a film critic. What is wrong with the culture? Why can't we help people? Why can't we handle or give good wisdom? I think his doctors told him, oh yeah, go ahead and do that event. Don't do a public event. I tried to once. It cost me. Maybe not that day. It's like I was using up next year's energy. The trouble with a manic episode is you are using up next year's energy. That candle is smoking at both ends, and you don't even feel it. It's like you're on some kind of drug, but it's the drug your brain is pumping out. And then it stops. And then you fall so fast, you fall faster than gravity. That's what I wrote in my blog post, and you make a hole in the ground. And it's hard to get out of that hole. That guy, suddenly the posts abruptly stopped. And since then, there's only been one photo posted a day with hardly any comment. Now, that did happen to a woman I knew who was floridly psychotic. And all of it was played out on the public stage. She said she was married to the spirit of Louis Riel, who's a famous Canadian Métis rebel. She said she was married to him, and she insisted a spirit marriage was every bit as valid. Just because a person doesn't have a physical body. She posted pictures of her next to pictures of Louis Riel, who was 1840s or something. He was hanged as a rebel. Now, she had a blog that was just unbelievably out there. And then all of a sudden, bingo, there's nothing from her at all. Nothing. And then she posts one picture a day from a neutral art page. Somebody has told her, you have to pull back. You have to recover. This guy wanted to be an activist, and that's great. That's great. If I wish I had the text with me, but it was a bit alarming. He said he wanted to do website, documentary, podcast, as many speaking engagements as he could get, a book, like on and on and on about how he wanted to be an activist, which is fine and good, but he's still sick. If you wanted to speak out about heart disease and were having a heart attack while you were speaking, I know that sounds crazy, but crazy. It sounds weird, but that's, to me, the equivalent of having, trying to be an advocate for heart health and having a heart attack on stage. Some people actually do that. They're so in denial about how they feel. This was the same thing, but when you're manic like that and so high, probably up too high, if you're so high, You don't know. Your judgment is off. What I really objected to were his friends saying, right on, awesome, yeah, way to go, man, you've got this. No, he didn't have anything. One of his friends said, I'd rethink doing a public event. Another one said outright, I think he really knew the guy, get some sleep. He was posting stuff that was gross, really gross, and apparently he harassed some women because he went on with these apologies, and it was sad. I have a funny attitude towards being public. Long ago, when I had a newspaper column locally, I was, I think, too open. People edged away from me. I would not do that now. I pulled back. I had to, and I'm kind of sparing, and I write when I feel moved to, or when something happens I want to respond to. A long drunk-a-log doesn't always satisfy me. I want to focus on recovery and what it took and how I'm still on that road. So that's a lot of things. It's my haul. It's my my hauls, my dolls, my trolls, my hair, and observations on my hummingbird feeder, and numerous observations on recovery and the role of going public. Go public when you feel well, when your feet are under you. Go public when you know you're stable and have got some good recovery under your belt, when you can sleep again, when your friends tell you through feedback that you are making sense. Listen to your friends and your doctor. I know that's boring, but that's what I've had to do. And if I post that thing, and maybe I will, I'll post a different version of it, because we need to know how to take care of ourselves and not let our friends urge us on to do things that are completely foolish.